Well, hello and welcome everybody back to another stream. I'm your SimCFI. I really appreciate all you guys stopping by. Today we're going to be in the brand new Inibuilds L1011, flying this classic looking Air Portugal, which now is TAP Airlines flight from Lisbon over to Barcelona. We're using MK Studios Lisbon and we're using MK Studios Barcelona, both of which can be picked up on Contrail, wherever you'd like to pick it up. I want to say thank you to all you guys joining for the flight today as well. Really appreciate you guys all coming in the early morning streams. We have our phone on loud blast because we are on reserve. So at any moment we will have to end this stream and go work. So that's a possibility. But for right now, all is good. All is quiet. So yeah, I want to say thank you to the channel partners. You guys are always every month keep renewing your subscriptions. Sorry, if you're the channel members anyways, you keep renewing your subscriptions, so thank you so much for the continued support. And to the channel partners as well. You'll get them at the top right corner of your screen and in the description with any discount codes you might want to use. They're all in the description down there as well. So thank you to them. Hope to see you guys at FS Expo. That's coming up pretty quickly, actually. It's going to be in June 12th. I have my hotel booked. I have the tickets. I just have to make sure I get the days off, and then I'll be jump seating over to Mini for the expo. So I should be there for the Saturday, Sunday. Hopefully I can get there Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but I don't know if I'll make all 3 days depending on the days off I get. But yeah, we are on Vatsim and we have a couple planes already here today. You got some EasyJets and a lot of TAP, some KLM, some stuff going on. It's pretty nice looking scenery. It's one of the nicest approaches if you come in at nighttime as well. It's a beautiful, beautiful approach during like the dusk sunset time. It's awesome to look at. So I really appreciate you guys all jumping in. More hello, welcome. Rob, I want to get your opinion on this airplane when you do get home. See what you think about it, because I think we both like these older type airplanes. Dom, welcome. Hello, what's going on? Ivan, thank you for stopping by. Airplane legend. Vero, welcome, welcome. What a pretty plane. Yeah, it's a good looking plane. It's a little short and stubby, the L10. Like, I wish it was like a little longer looking, but it still looks nice. I think the MD-11, does 7.2 look better? I can't tell if the 7.2 looks better or the MD-11, but this is definitely not the nicest looking tri-jet in my opinion. I think the DC or the MD-11 look a bit better, but still looks good for sure. You can see all the engine modeling and everything. I found when I was just kind of roaming around before, there's like this, like, I guess the crew cabin down here, so you can chill out. Still mad that these are not the 1980 style Coca-Cola there. But anyways, we'll head over to the flight deck. And my resource exceeds the GP memory already, guys. I haven't even done anything. 50, 80, and it doesn't matter. Burke, welcome, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. SNA, hello, welcome. Gotta burn some sick days for Expo. Yeah, no, not sick days. Definitely gonna use some request days off, though. We have PDOs, we call them. We're granted 6 a year, so I'm gonna use those for that. Maddie, welcome, welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by. MD-11 gotta look better. I think it looks better. Yeah. Rob says she's a bit stubby. MD-11 or 72. Yeah, I don't know. The MD is, in my opinion, looks pretty good. Yeah, I get that warning all the time with my 4060. Yeah, well, I'm running a 5080 and I still get the warning. So I guess the only other way to fix this problem is spend more money and get a 5090, even though I'm already running medium settings, but whatever. Without further ado, we're going to get the show on the road. I want to address, there's a few bugs that I have noticed through flying it already, and I'm going to mention them right away. The first bug is when you do this automatic fuel calculation. If you're in metric, it puts this in pounds. If you're in pounds, it puts this in metric. So I have a way to combat that and fix that. The next bug is, or I guess, missing features. There's no remote function to these FMSs, so you can't enter data into this one and have it sync to all three like other INSs. I've been told that should be coming, I believe, to this airplane, but it doesn't have it yet. So we're just gonna do a simple load from the flight plan just so all the INSs are talking to each other and proper. Because I'm not going to go ahead and type 9 waypoints to each individual FMS because I'll go absolutely insane. Oh, my phone's going nuts right now. So that's the other one. The third bug I noticed on the last stream we had with the AP running, my gen wouldn't connect, but I had to restart the sim and then it worked. So we'll look out for that one. And then the last one is there's a sound bug. The sounds don't always work unless you jump in and out of the airplane. So we'll be trying to combat all of those. But the first thing we're going to do is we'll select the battery switch on, and that's just located here on your electrical panel. Right there. We're going to come over to the little tablet here and we'll select ground. There we go. And we'll select GPU and might as well put some air conditioning on as well. And you can hear the air conditioning cart starting up. So now that we have the GPU connected, we can go and select our panel over here and we can select on. Just because she's a little short isn't a reason to hate on her. She's got those clean fairings. Yeah. It looks a little stubby in my opinion. Still good though. Have you tried turning oh yes, rebar? Resizable bar? Yes, it's off currently in my NVIDIA profile inspector. Pretty sure it is. I just checked the other day. What could be doing it is I'm also running reshade. So I'll turn those off. Reshade does have a bit of a VRAM spike. Well, I got it anyways. Usually the only way I know to fix this is completely restarting the sim. I don't know why it's happening today. Today it just chose to be annoying, so that's what we're doing. Alex, hello, welcome. Yeah, I know you do like this plane as well. So ground power is on, the battery is on. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and get our no smoking signs on. We'll select our standby power on as well. Let me know how the audio is, if it's too loud for you guys, by the way. Can lower it wherever needs to happen. So standby power is armed. If you don't do that, you'll get this DC fail message over there. Emergency lights, we can go and arm those as well. And the navigation lights, we can turn those on. Position in this airplane, we can turn those on at this point as well. Coming over here in the bottom right corner of the overhead panel, we select our master radios on. And believe it or not, that's, for the most part, that's the overhead panel kind of done actually. So only other things we really need to do is our INSs. So we'll select our INS to standby, standby, and standby. And we'll go over here. Charts. And we're at Lisbon. Should be taxi charts somewhere, I imagine. Airport. And what we're looking for is the parking coordinate chart. There we go. We're at stand 144. So, there you go. 144. 38, 46, 5. 009, 079. So we're going to enter this into all three INS systems. So we're going to select waypoint, waypoint, and all the way down here, waypoint. And I really want to fix this performance. I don't know why it's behaving so badly right now. Anyways, I'm going to pull it up on a different screen just because I can't move the tablet here. That'd be kind of cool, actually, if I can move that tablet on or next to the INSs so I can reference the coordinates and all that stuff. But I'm going to pull it up on a different monitor, but I kind of showed you guys where you can find them. Alright, so gate 144 is going to be north 38. 46.5. We'll insert that, and the west coordinate's going to be 009. 079. We'll insert that. So this one's ready to go, and we have to do that 3 more times. So north 38, 46.5, insert, west 009, 079, insert that. All right, now every INS has our current position. You're going to want to make sure you set that to waypoint 0, by the way. It should be set to default by default. I said that twice, but it should be 0 when you enter these coordinates in on position mode. And we're just going to tell the system to start aligning. Okay, I might restart. This is going to be terrible if I have to worry about that message every time. I don't know why that's happening. There's nothing in here that should be causing this. I mean, we'll even put all these to medium. Why not? There you go. I've noticed this airplane is a bit of a VRAM heavy airplane. But anyways, we'll select align, and align. And basically, once it's finished its alignment, you'll get the green nav ready lights there, and you'll also find it, I guess I don't have an INS view. You'll also find your alignment status if you go all the way to the right, just one from the right actually. This is going to count down, I believe it's 1-0. I believe in this INS it'll say 1-0. Usually it's 0-5 is what it should say, and all the other INSs I've used, but in this one I think it's 1-0. And you'll be ready to go. Maybe it's 0-1. So it's just going to count down. I have it set to fast, so it's not instant, but it's going to be fast aligning. So all of them are aligning through their system right now. But while that's happening, we can go ahead and set the rest of this stuff up. So load sheet, we're going to import our SimBrief load plan there. So we get our fuel and our gross weight and all that kind of stuff is all set. OFP, we're going to just press send to the INS button, but if you'd like to enter the waypoints manually, you definitely can by going over here to waypoint and selecting waypoint 1, and then you can type them all in. You'd have to do it 3 times though, because as I said, there's no syncing remote function as every other INS has. I believe they're adding that feature in though. Keep in mind, there's no, this airplane, you can enable INS drift, which means the INS starts to degrade its performance over time, which is realistic. However, there's no way to update that drift. Every INS has a DME updating function, so you can update along your route and recalibrate the INS along your route. But that doesn't work in the version right now, so it's kind of useless to use INS drift because then you just have no way of fixing that. So I'm probably actually going to end up turning INS drift off for that reason, because you can't fix it. So you'll just have an INS that's drifted without being able to fix that. Either way, we'll bring it back to load sheet. We're going to re-enter the time here in our little PMS here. So this is a bug as well. It should let you start typing, but you got to click GMT first and then click whatever that time was, which I kind of forgot what it said, but something like 15. We'll insert that. And now we can type it in. So our gross weight, 3583. 3583. I guess it's only like that, so that's it. And then our fuel is 51.7. So we're just going to put 51.7. It'll automatically enter the decimal for you, which is nice. And the saturated air temperature, or static air temperature, I should say. If I move on down here. Why am I locked? I can't move. I'm just going to put something quickly because I couldn't move my screen. Why can't I move my screen? Oh, that's why there's a keyboard. Yeah, that tablet keyboard is very annoying with Chaseplane. 20... We'll call it 22 degrees. So 22. And as you guys can see, it's automatically filled in our takeoff EPR, engine pressure ratio. So you can manually set this, you know, to 642, but the tablet will do it for you. So we'll get to that in a second. We're going to come up here and press our forward button. And this one's a bit interesting. Is it this one or this page? Yeah, this page. It's like the bottom, your bottom altitude distance, like how far away from the airport you're going to be at a certain altitude, something like that. I'm just going to leave them at like 999. And we'll just leave it a go. And I'll just put it to 3,000. I don't quite understand this too much, and I don't really care to use it, so we're probably just not going to use it. I'll just enter in some values there. I'll just go off. I'll just use TLAR, which is that looks about right. It's a good old CRJ method to make things work properly. Yeah. Top of climb, nautical miles. I don't know if you can actually enter. It doesn't look like you can actually enter anything that in. You can see it has our optimum climb, 250, 320, and then 0.82. And the EPRs for that. The altitude of, let's put our cruise altitude in here. So we'll be cruising at 360. And I think that's basically everything. The optimum is 3.7, so we're pretty good. Off-screen terrain pre-caching is, it hits VRM hog. Your internet good, you'll be within, if your internet's good, you could be on medium. Okay, maybe we can give it a try. I've noticed though, with this set to medium, my internet's pretty good. I got 3 gig speed, but with it set to medium, you start to see a little loading in, but we can give it a try for sure. See how it works. Dominic, welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by. You gonna start flying with us, Dominic? We're doing Lisbon to Barcelona if you want to jump in. I remember Raymark reflections killing my performance too. Yeah, mine's set to medium. Should say 0.02, sorry, 0.2 decimal, and then after switching to nav, it should say 0.1. Are you talking about on this page here? CSD, welcome by the way, guys. If you don't know CSD, you should, but go check out Mr. CSD's Flight Deck channel on YouTube. I wish they included DME updating a release. Yeah, this should definitely have DME updating a release, in my opinion. But a lot of people probably won't use it. But I know, Rob, you and I would use that function. Johan, welcome. Will you be Toronto tomorrow at 7 p.m.? I am reserved until 8 p.m. They can call me to do a flight as late as 10 at night. So it's possible. It's not out of the realm of possibility. You know what? I'm just remembering. That this is how much little research I do. Portugal or Lisbon has absolutely 0 departures that include a VOR, NDB, some sort of radio nav aid. It's all RNAV based. So we're gonna have to click a certain feature on it. I think this should work. We can click menu. You're not really supposed to fly it like this, but we're gonna click. There's a button where it can load. If you're gonna load the flight plan, there it is. Import SIDS and stars. You can do that. So it's all kind of plugged up and ready to go. But depending on the runway we choose in Europe, it will differ on what SID it loads. So it's probably going to get pretty messy, and we'll probably end up having to just depart on our own vectors. There's no ATC here anyways, so we'll just do our own thing and go from there. So I'm going to turn that off for now. But departure runway is 02. Takeoff performance, can sync all that, can calculate all that. Set the bugs. So it's calculated your EPR on takeoff, or I guess go around. That's your takeoff EPR right there. And then your initial climb EPR. V1, rotate, 2, flap 10. And it has all your maneuvering speeds here, which is quite nice actually as well. I don't know about the L1011, but on landing, does it give you those speeds on landing? Oh, it doesn't give you maneuvering speeds on landing, just on takeoff. Okay, never mind. Disregard that. Whatever I was going to say. Either way, we can set up our little pressurization panel here. Now, I'm assuming this one is not a flight level, although it does go up pretty high, actually. Let's see what the maximum of this is. Maybe it is a flight level. I'm reading this as like a cabin altitude. But, I mean, for this to go this high, I'm assuming that's a flight level, not a cabin altitude. So we're going up to 360 today. If it is a cabin altitude, then we're going to be crazy, crazy high. Oh, I see. Flight level 360 does it for you. And then it tells your cabin altitude to be about 7,500 feet. This is pretty nice system actually. In the 727, that's manual. You got to set this, and you have to set that individually, which is pretty cool. And then I assume this is actually your landing barometric altimeter you put in here. Could be wrong about that, but whatever. It's a video game. We're just gonna set whatever. Won't matter. As long as we're breathing. I don't know why I went so high. There we go. Good enough. You can see we have a door open. There's our door kind of light page here. Not really a page, but you got that over there as well. And basically gonna sync in the route, get our INS aligned, get our APU on, and start pushing. And a little bit of autopilot stuff. So our INS is already ready to go. You can go click these over to nav. Gonna go to the little EFB, and we're gonna select OFP, send to INS. I'm gonna spam that button a couple times, and you can see now if you go through waypoint, you got all the waypoints plugged in. And then on this page, it will tell you waypoint 1 is this, waypoint 2, waypoint 3, and it tells you what it's assigned it to, which is kind of cool. So that's kind of nice. And we're going to go from waypoint 0 to 1. And now your map display comes online. This is more of a fake display. They don't have these in real world, I don't believe. But you can turn this off or on through that little tablet as well if you want to get rid of it. That's up to you. So that's kind of whatever. There's a lot of nice little cheats that they give you in this airplane if you're new to the plane / new to these type of airplanes. I still am a fan of the 727 in like flight model wise and that kind of stuff. But it's nice that they give this option to you. So with that done, we're going to go ahead and start the APU. So we're going to go over here, put the master switch on, and we'll select start. Now, I've read on Reddit that there's actually a ton of stuff wrong with this airplane, and these lights are one of them. Apparently, the don't load, I think, shouldn't come on at this point. There's this person put a giant write-up, like 1,000 paragraphs long, of what's wrong with the plane, and I wouldn't know the difference. But apparently some stuff shouldn't be there. Go outside, give you guys those APU sounds. No, for alignment. Oh, I see what you mean. It should be 0-1. Sounds good. Yeah, most INSs, like if you use the Steve INS and X-Plane or even the 7.2, they're all down to, yeah, there's 0-1. They are all down to 0.5. So it's, this one gets a lot more accurate. Okay, so the APU is on. I watched, I think Mustafa's video, or maybe no, I think it was someone else, but they were saying before you put bleed air on, you're going to want to put a pack on so it has the right load or something like that. We still have the air card outside on, so I'm not going to turn any of the packs on just yet. We'll come over here, however, and we can select the APU to close the circuit breaker. And we do that there as well. Now, this is what bugged the last stream. I spammed these and nothing happened. I even restarted the APU and nothing happened here. I had to restart the whole flight, unfortunately. So if you encounter that problem, just restart the plane and these should connect your APU. This is the equivalent in your 737 of turning on the APU gens, if that helps you. That's kind of that's going on here. Anyways, the APU is online. We can go ahead and disconnect the ground power and the ground air. So probably should put the switch down first. There you go. Ground power, ground air. It gets a lot quieter. I'm going to go outside and come back in because I think the sounds are bugging. There we go. There's the right sound. Now with that done, we can select one of the packs on. And we can select the bleed air on. Or bleed from the APU. There we go. So we're just feeding from the left pack all the way to all the systems there. I don't know which pack they would use, to be honest, to do this. They might even put all three on. I'm not sure at this point. You know, we could just put all three on and have it like that, to be honest. But yeah, we'll just set up like this because we'll be doing an engine cross-speed start anyways, so that's fine. Hydraulics as well. I'll go to auto on the right one. I don't know why both wouldn't go to auto, so we'll just go both to auto. And you can even put your AC electric pumps on now as well. I've seen videos where the right one's on, mostly set of the left. I'm just going to configure it like this. I'm sure it'll be fine. So we'll run like this. And then another video I saw in terms of fuel. I don't know why these are all on. I didn't do that, but that's fine. We'll get some fuel to... Oh, no, they turn off. We'll get some fuel to the APU, which is down here. And the refuel power off. Autopilot wise, we're going to go up to, well, there's no ATC, so I'm just going to go straight up to the cruise altitude. That's fine. 36,000 will work just fine. You get your courses if you're using a VOR, or for your ILS as well, would be there. Your flight directors are here as well. And then our heading on departure on runway 02 is 025. It'd be nice if we can get a Moby flight profile. I don't know how they would make it, to be honest, but for the wing control PAP3, this would be kind of cool to have under your control. Would be quite nice. You can see those EPR settings were set by the tablet, so that's all good and matched up there as well. And we're currently in radio mode. We'll just select these to INS as we don't have any VOR here, so we'll just use INS mode and go from there. I'm just going to make sure that these waypoints have been loaded in as well. They have. I'm going to do 0 to 1 on this, so everything's kind of calibrated, and 0 to 1 on this. So now all three are calibrated to what we're doing. Squawk-wise, we can just leave it at 2000. That's more than fine. And we'll select it in the alt reporting, basically mode C for Vatsim. And that'll be good to go as well. Auto thrust, I'll set the V2 plus 10 for now. 158. And we'll leave it like that. So, let's go ahead and throw the seatbelt sign on. And we'll get the anti-collision light just in a second. We're going to connect the tug. We can go ahead and go to the Unicom frequency. There's no CTAF out in Europe, so just 22.8. And we'll be good to go. Check DM. Oh, that's cool. That's a cool screen you sent me over there. Did it have this page, though, where it told you the INS waypoints, or it just had like a world map? I doubt they had all that. They might have, but that's pretty cool, though. That TV looks like they just installed that so late. They're just like, let's put a TV in here. If you guys don't know, where CST sent me a picture that they actually do have this screen in here. I don't know if it had this information on it to this detail. It looks like a world map of some sort. They probably can change what they're looking at. You can see this is probably for this. It's inoperative, but color and hue and all that kind of stuff. Should look into making a 7.2 profile for FS Copilot. We can go an old school shared cockpit. I've already asked for that, Rob. Yeah, I asked for that on their Discord, so hopefully we'll get the 727. We do have the CRJ profile that works actually quite well. So we can even do that if you want to. Skymaster, hello. Welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by. Zetsoon, dude, I'm down, man. I'm on reserve, so I'll bring my bags with me. And if they call me out, I'm right next to the airport. So I'm good to go whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready. I could do tonight at 7 if you want. I'm reserved till 8 p.m. Aviation Bros, welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for the thumbnail as well. Aviation Bros makes a lot of my thumbnails, so thank you for that. Not sure if they had the waypoints, but it had the screen. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Maybe they could. Well, I guess they already have a weather radar display. I should say maybe they can display a radar on it, but they already have a display for that. So, cool little map, I guess. I wonder if they can zoom in and do the different things on it. It's funny seeing an OpSecker. I'm reviewing MELs for a commercial right now. Yeah. Yeah, most times you get an MEL, it'll have, it should have the MEL number written on it. They're going to be facing south. Yeah. Okay, before we do that, the is on. The beacon light is now on. The doors are all closed. The fuel pumps are all on. Transponder is on as well. There is no nozzle steering switch to my knowledge, so we'll say that's off. What else? That should be good to go. We're just gonna make a quick radio call. No one's behind us here, and we'll be good to go. Yep. It's only a 5080, guys. Not enough resources. Oh, ground just came online. Let me tune ground up. Lisbon ground, it's Air Portugal 1333. We're actually just starting our push, stand 144, but we'll request IFR clearance over to Barcelona, please.
Air Portugal 1333. I don't have your flight plan here. Please check that.
That's a good idea. You know what? We'll get that for you. Sorry about that. Air Portugal 1333. Actually, because we don't have, I don't want to mess with getting a new route and having to put the GPS in to do a SID because there's no radial, no VOR stars or SIDs here. I'm just going to disconnect from Vatsim. I'll reconnect in the air. I don't want to deal with an RNF SID. You could manually type in all the waypoints to an RNF SID, or it'll even import it for you. The problem is in Europe they have runway specific SIDs. And I don't think I have a way of telling where it says here, send to INS. I can't tell it, send this SID from this runway. So it'll get too messy. We're already in the push, so we'll keep it simple. Let's go ahead and start up our engines here. So we can go ahead and turn the packs off. And what we can do now is spool the engine number 2 first. I've been told they do number 2. That should be on. Number 2, and then they cross-bleed the other starts, which is kind of weird to me. But we can do that. So we'll click the valve open button here. And you can see that we're getting N3 rotation. And we're looking for 20%. I'll put the sounds up for you. I for sure thought I was getting called out today because there was some couple flights out last night. Oh, you know, I should probably add fuel, shouldn't I? There's a couple flights out last night. Some to, where was it off to? I already forgot. Oh, it was Nashville. And then I'd have to deadhead home. And I'm like, I'm so getting called for that. But somehow I didn't get called for it. So we're chilling. I believe the N3 to add fuel to is 20%, is what I've been hearing. So I've been doing 20%. So we have a stable start on number 2. And what we can basically go ahead and do now is we can close the breaker on number 2. So the number 2 engine's running the electrical system. And we can also have our bleeds will be from number 2 as well, so that's already good and ready to go. And we can basically turn the APU off. So that's what we're going to do. You can see the APU is spooling down. I don't know when they click this master power. They probably would wait, I assume, until the APU is fully shut off. But yeah, you can see we still have air pressure. And that's coming from our center engine now. We have the cross bleeds open and the isolation valve open. So it's able to get to the other engines freely from the center engine. Alrighty, that's good enough for me. Come over here, we'll click the valve open on number 3. You can see number 3. I've noticed you need to add a little bit of power on number 2 to have enough air pressure. That's kind of realistic. In the CRJ, if we ever do a cross bleed start, we do need to add thrust for enough air to actually be running through the system. Could have just been a glitch last time and I fixed it by doing that or something, but that's what I noticed. The checklist on the FMS tablet is actually accurate. Oh, the one where it gives you like the little green. Yeah, it's pretty cool, that one. And I think you can set it to automatic too. They could just do it for you. It's a pretty cool little feature they got going on. I'll show what CST's talking about in just a second. You be down for the CRJ stream? I'd be down. Yes, I know. I know my computer sucks. Oh, this is completely bugged out. There we go. What CST's talking about is... Where was it? Autocomplete. And so for engine start, you don't press autocomplete, but you can click it open, I think. There should be a way to click these open. I don't want to click... Oh, I guess you click that. And then this is where it says galley power off, so I've missed that part. And then you can tell him to complete it, and he just does it for you, which is kind of cool. You could do it like that. You could do everything manual, whatever your heart desires. Number 3 is up, and we'll start number 1. Again, we're waiting for 20% on this gauge right there. Poor ground controller? Yeah, I was like, later. L10 tutorial soon. Aviation Bro, CST has one on the L1011. If you do want me to make one still, I definitely can for you. I do still have to complete my RJ tutorial series as well. But if Aviation Bros wants it, I can make it. No old school nav allowed in Europe. Straight to jail. Straight to jail. Yeah, I'd have to... It's only RNAV GNSS required out here, so... And seeing how it's just a ground controller, no tower controller. If it was tower online, I can maybe negotiate, like, can you just give me vectors? But ground's going to have to clear me for a SID that I don't have. And I'll have to lie to him and say yes. And just take off and not do it. So we're gonna keep it simple and just disconnect. We'll go back in the air. So all 3 engines are up and online. What we can first do, just like your 737, when your engines come online, you're gonna get the generators on the engines instead of the APU. APU is already off in this case, but we're gonna go ahead and connect the other 2 engines on the buses here. Can return those galley power back on. We can set up our air conditioning panel here, so our cross bleeds are all open. What I'm going to do is we're going to open the packs up. We can turn off the cross bleed, the isolation valve, and the cross feed there. And so now each one is individually running. I think they would just keep them off, I assume. That makes the most sense to me, because let's say you had a pack over temp, or something happened in one of the packs, you don't want it to just start feeding in somewhere else, so I'd assume they'd keep it off. Hydraulics, I've seen everybody run these off, so I'm going to run these off, and we're just using the engine-driven pumps by themselves. So those are all ready to go. There's not really much else on this panel that you have to do. You have this hot air. We're not really going to need that because it's Portugal, so it's probably pretty hot, and that should have been off from before. There we go. Our fuel's already all set up. Can turn the cross feeds off. overhead panel wise, on our auto brakes here, or sorry, anti-skid, we're going to leave it pressed in. It'll only come off when the parking brake gets deselected. So with the parking brake on, it stays off. Automatic brake can go to takeoff mode. And it's armed, I guess. Flap, we're going to flap 10. I'll give you guys the sounds outside. So flap 10. I was looking to fly on this beautiful plane. Yeah, did you fly the AC one, right? That must have been a cool flight. Careful, don't say that too loud. Scheduling will hear you. Yeah, Cruise Sched always listens. I was actually about to start, if Aviation Bros is still here, I was actually about to start the tutorial that you wanted me to make for this yesterday. I was literally about to press record, and I got a call for a Cleveland turn. So I'm like, well, I'll do it a different day. Starting 2 first seems strange, because I know at least a person there are restrictions on starting the number 2 engine for Trijets, the infield terminal. I mean, we've already been pushed back, so it shouldn't matter. Maybe at the gate it would matter, but yeah, that's what I've been heard, is they start number 2, thank you, and then they crossbleed between all the other engines. Could be wrong, I don't know. Oh, the MSFS tablet. Oh, I never even used that. This one here, you're saying? I don't even think I even know how to get to the checklist section. Aircraft checklist. Oh, I see. Huh. Yeah, you got it all here if you want to do it. Would you say this is worth the money bought but haven't tried it yet? Worth the money? I think it is. It's 50 US, about 60 Canadian or so. For that money, you do get a pretty well-rounded airliner, and it's that older school airliner. There's a lot of systems in here that they had to model. There are some missing features that I'd like to see, as I've already said, like the INS DME updating and all that kind of stuff. But for the most part, you can do A to B with this, and you can have an INS and a GPS with it as well. If you don't want to use the INS, you can just use like a Garmin 530 at the same time. The other thing is all these circuit breakers are modeled. I'm not going to click any of these right now, but these are all modeled. You can pull these. So you're getting a pretty decent aircraft for that money, I think. I think they priced it low because they're probably aware that it's a bit of an older plane. So maybe they thought not a lot of people would buy it. So I think it was a very good strategy to price it where they did price it. I do think they should have cooked this in the hangar a little bit longer, in terms of like the sound glitch and that APU glitch I had the other day, and like even like this is a glitch right here. CST told me about this one. Like, I actually didn't even do this, but you're gonna click this button in. I'm in pounds, so I'm gonna click this button in, and it should set your gross weight, but it sets it in metric. So then you got to come over here, and I'll go to aircraft metric, go back here, click it. Now it's in pounds. Come back here. Put it back in imperial, and it stays where it is. So there's like things like that where if you're brand new to airplanes, probably shouldn't get this if you're brand new to airplanes, but if you're brand new to airplanes or it's your first kind of older style airliner, there's things like that that you might think you're doing wrong, and it will confuse you. So I kind of do wish they went ahead and kind of cooked it a little bit longer, maybe another 2-3 weeks, ironed out a little bit of that stuff, the sound glitches and stuff like that too. But yeah, I think it's still pretty decent. Hey, A2A announced it. It wasn't a prank. Reworked Microsoft 172 planned for Q4. That's going to be really, really cool. I actually have always wanted a really good 172. Once that airplane comes out, if you guys want, we can go and blast into my past of flight instructing and all that kind of stuff, and we can do some instructing tutorials, and maybe we can do multi-crew if they get that running. Maddie says at Pearson. You're at Pearson? Go to Zet's. It's outside runway 23. You'll love it. Thank me later. Honestly, flying off Vatsim is so nice. I could just do whatever I want. It's pretty nice. We'll reconnect in the air though. Mostly easy things to iron out, but should be great after an update or two. Yeah, I think so. As long as they keep it updating and keep it going, I think it'll be just fine. Now, I'm personally, just because of the airplane style and its flight model, I like the 727 better. It's like if I was going to buy a trijet, the older trijets, it'd be the 7.2, and then I'd probably buy this. I just really like that 727. Its flight model feels really good to me, and all the systems are great. I don't think it even has circuit breakers modeled, so this is where the L1011 does have a one-up. It's better on perf, I guess, because I keep getting this message. I don't know why. I think that's just something happening today with whatever. But I'd probably get the 727 first. In my opinion, I like it more, and its INS is a bit more flushed out, but it's been out for longer. And then the MD-11 is utterly just fantastic. It's probably the best of the trijets and the sims. If you want to get the best, in my opinion, the L10 is awesome. But it's newer, so it's not going to be comparable to the older stuff like this. But it's a good little jet. It's a little quirky too, like it has that DLC system on landing, which is kind of weird. So it flies a little weirdly, in my opinion, on landing. So it's different. If you like different airplanes, you like learning different stuff, I think you'll enjoy this. That's my opinion, though. Or maybe a more out of 747 tutorial would be cool. Yeah, it would be. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, cough, cough. Rob, if you're listening. Study level 172 sounds good. It does. The funny part is, I just did the podcast with Blue Games and XP, and we were literally talking about this. And in fact, he just posted a video, like a little short of that podcast yesterday, of us talking about it. And lo and behold, they're like, here you go, study level 172. 727 is really nice. Yeah, I love that plane. That plane feels alive to me in a way, in its flight model. It's not overly done, like it's not overly wishy-washy physics, like it's going all over the place. It's just enough to make you think it's an airplane. Alright, well, we're just about to start lining up here, so why don't we go ahead and throw up all our lights, including our strobe as well. Slow down just a little bit more, and we'll take this right-hand turn. Transponder can go all the way to TARA. That was the radar I just clicked. We're clear on the left, clear on the right, because there's absolutely nobody here. And be aware, guys, when you're taxiing this thing, I've been idle, like, this entire time, basically. And it goes. Like, this plane just goes. No power required. I can't attest if that's real or not. We are quite light for this airplane. But it just goes. You have to just constantly hold your brakes. Yep. I'll have to give your CRJ tutorial a watch. No idea how much I'd want to cover. Yeah. No worries. Yeah, I think multi-crew would be really cool though, Rob, if we could get that work. It's a little buggy and a little quirky, but it works for the most part. But if you guys are members of the channel, you guys have access to our emojis, so I appreciate all of you guys for using those. You can go ahead and put the toga emoji in chat, and we're going to go ahead and set thrust for takeoff here. Going to get to our nice EPR setting right there. What? Oh, you know what I forgot? I know what I forgot. Let's not do this a second time in a row. Why don't we actually set our trim for once? Why don't we actually set our trim for once? Where do I find the trim? Probably on the takeoff page. 4.46. I hope that was the reason. We'll see. That was the reason. Alright, so you'd probably call something like set thrust, and then your engineer or someone would come up and actually fandangle them. We'll say thrust set. That's checked. I find the rudder very wishy-washy in this airplane. It's not, in my opinion, very good at all. Like, it's very washy. You want to rotate? Nose on up. Gear up. And I'm going to click. Yeah, we're about there. That's good enough. We'll click IAS. And we'll do heading for the time being. Throw our flight directors on as well. This thing climbs like a rocket ship. It really does. And I'm going to change it to vertical speed. We'll go down to about 2,000 a minute. We'll bring it down to about climb thrust, and we can select our autopilot on in heading mode again. And we're going to go down here and select 0 to 1, insert. And we're in INS there. We'll click INS over there. The airplane turns. We'll select a little bit less of a vertical speed, and then we'll start to retract the flaps. Kind of flying like an RJ, to be honest, a little bit. Except on RJ we use IS climb. But in this one, vertical speed works a little bit better, because if I click IAS, I can't adjust that, and I really wish I could adjust the speed at which I want it to climb at. That'd be amazing if I could do that, but we'll get our gear to the neutral position. There you go. And we can go ahead and grab our taxi and turn off lights off as well. And the auto brakes can be selected off. Okay, we'll start to bring our flaps up here.
Flaps 4. Flaps 0.
There's leading edge slats coming on up. That's one thing I've noticed with this airplane is it kind of is the best of both worlds in terms of, we're going to click IAS there. It's the best of both worlds in the terms of it can climb like an absolute rocket ship, but then it can also descend like a brick. Like you can do easily 6,000 feet per minute in a descent with just idle thrust. And I don't quite believe that. But that's what it does in the sim, so I've clicked IS. I'm going to unclick it, re-click it. That's kind of what I wanted, 250, so we're bang on there. And now we're just in INS mode, so we're going to our first waypoint here. We'll realign our heading indicator, our heading selector. And so we're tracking this bar over here. You can see our distance is counting down, giggity, and 15 minutes to go. And then on this little nav page here, if you want to track yourself, you're right there. I believe that's us right there. You can also use Navograph, so you can turn this off or keep it on, whatever you want to do. Now, I think CST was saying if I set this up correctly and click TM, it should set my climb EPR for me. You can see it says EPR 589, and that's going to set that for me. Now, you can either do that manually and just set the EPR as you go, or you can just use the auto thrust. And this only works if you have the PMS there loaded properly. So we're at climb 250, the right climb setting is set, we're passing 10,000, so the lights are out, the pressurization is checked. The belts can be selected off, it's very smooth, and we would set our emergency frequency here just to monitor it. But we'll say that's all set up and ready to go. We can also accelerate, so we're going to go vertical speed 1500. Same technique I do in the RJ. We'll just accelerate up to we'll do about 280 knots or so. Somewhere around there. Good enough for me. I appreciate all the togas in chat, by the way. Did you know that the FS Reborn is also working on 727 product line? No, I didn't for Microsoft. Let's go ahead and do vertical speed. We'll increase that a little bit. And then we're going to click IAS once the node starts to come up a little bit. IAS 284, close enough. Good enough for me. The 7.4 does the same on taxi when it's light? Yeah, it just goes, I assume. Infill terminal at Toronto tri-jars aren't allowed to start number 2 engine until the taxi starting point ramp. Number 2 engine must be not advanced above idle when on the vapor. Yeah, I mean you'd have to get prior authorization for a crossbleed start. Even in real world you got to do that. But this is a $60 video game, so we're gonna do whatever we want. That's the beauty of it. I also don't get resource exceeds GPU whatever. So when we're a lot of things that won't correlate, but I appreciate that. What speed were you doing while you were getting 6,000 feet per minute? Like, you'd have to go back in the video, but most likely like 200. Oh, you mean when I was talking about the example? It was actually the last stream. 6,000 feet per minute in the descent or the climb. In the descent, we were, I think it was descent 260, 250 area, and I believe it was without boards. You can go back in the stream, and I was commenting on it as it was happening. It was the last L1011 stream I just did, near the end there, and it was just descending like a brick. And then if you add the boards, it's even better. Inibuilds Liverpool just released. Looks amazing. But you know what? I didn't even know that was coming out today. That's pretty cool. We're way past transition altitude, so we can press B, and that gets us kind of close, but we'll do the rest of them here. 2992. And 1013. Oh, there it is, guys. We're getting called to work. I knew it was happening. I'll push myself on mute for a second. Alright, we're back. We have been given the call. Detroit turn it is today. I thought I was getting away scot-free, but they did have another 7 hours that they could use me for, so I did not get scot-free. Get your behind to work and bring home the bread. Not time to play. I wanted to stay home and play games. Well, 15 checking. I gotta leave at like 1... Yeah, so I gotta leave like now. We will see you guys in the next stream. I do appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully we can actually finish the stream next time, but I'll be on reserve for the next 4 days in a row. But I do have 5 days off coming up. When is that? Monday the 6th to... So 4 days off to the 9th. So Monday to Thursday I'm completely off. So we'll see you guys there. I'll be making some more videos during that time. Probably finishing the RJ series and doing some streams for you. So appreciate you guys jumping on in. And we will see you on the next one. Bye bye for now.